if we go on a date and it's not going well, or like we just simply don't like the guy, right? We
Then
will
we
confirm pay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Correct.
Because I don't want to give you the opportunity to say, yeah, it's okay, you'll get the next one. I'm not meeting you for the next one.
The male version, right, of receiving flowers, right, is you wake up or you come home and then got banana bread.
Can it be like a pot of soup?
Different.
Okay.
I know I'm a little bit delusional.
Okay.
Okay, do not burst my bubble, Avery.
Be kind.
I was okay. Welcome back to another episode of Men Explain, where we talk about different mindsets between men and women and going into those topics with our most unapologetic takes. And today I am doing the intro because my Sonia Chu co-host has become different. She looks
Your
a bit...
Sonia
My
Chu.
Sonia Chu.
Yeah, she looks a bit different.
Hi, my name is Min Yi and I'm one of the producers at Clarity, and I will be replacing Sonia for one episode because she's sick today.
We also have two very special guests here, which I feel like we don't really need to introduce, okay?
No, introduce.
We are quite famous though.
Nobody knows who I am.
Okay, we're gonna start off first with Nick from the Hot Pot. So this is Nick from the Hot Pot, and then we have Aida from Code Red as well. Now, you guys can do your own introductions.
I'm Nick from the Hot Pot, from You Got Watch, which is Clarity's sister channel.
Hi, I'm Aida from Code Red. I'm not as famous as Nick, so I guess this probably could be the first time you're seeing me.
No, I think maybe only 10% less famous.
So today we're talking about equality in relationships and dating, but whether or not they really want equality or whether or not women want chivalry. Do women want men to pay on the first date?
Ooh.
Do women want men to open up the doors for them and things like that, right? And I've got my own thoughts on it as well.
Mm-hmm.
But with the dynamic that we have here today, I feel it's going to be pretty interesting, right?
Okay,
I
why?
also
why?
think so.
Well, you know what? We're going to kick it off first. Okay, we're going to kick it off first with what I would like to find out, everybody's relationship status. Okay, so we'll start with Minnie.
I am currently single, but I was recently on a dating show.
Wow.
Oh,
No, you're
but
still
I
single lah.
think, yeah, I'm still single.
Okay,
I
Nick.
understand.
I'm married.
Okay, very man of few words. Aida.
I'm single as well.
Okay.
Avery?
I'm also single, but
Were you also on a dating show recently with each other?
like a year and a half ago.
Wow.
No.
2024, man.
All right, so when it comes to relationship, what kind of archetype are y'all usually?
Well, archetype.
Wow.
Big word
Archetype,
saying.
I forgot.
I can kick it off, right? I used to think that I was a very nonchalant boyfriend,
yeah.
do what you want. After like long therapy and figuring out who I really am as a person, right? I realized that I am a very sensitive and I'm very like needy in a relationship.
Avery, that's your
Yeah.
name.
It
like-
took you very long to
No,
realize
it took me a
that.
very long time because I used to think that, I'll be okay lah. Like I want to be that cool guy that nobody cares. Like you can go and do what you want to do. Like I'm fine. I'm very secure with myself. Until I started like realizing, like I don't like it if I'm not secure. I don't like it if I'm not
Ooh.
assured.
I would not have pegged you to be someone
I know,
like
right?
that. You know?
Right.
Same.
This is a surprise.
Yeah.
I think I'm quite an avoidant person. I
Mm-hmm.
think, hey, calm down. I think like things that make me happy and things that make me unhappy, right? I find it a bit of a struggle to express myself. So you might not know my gratitude. I'll show you in other ways, maybe. But like if I'm unhappy, right, you will know because like I will like not talk to you for a bit. And I would rather not address the situation, whatever it may be.
I think for me, generally I am fairly secure avoidant unless sometimes there are scenarios where like actually I'm a bit of everything lah. Sometimes I'm a bit anxious also.
Yeah.
But then I think the interesting one is that I like to provide.
Yeah.
So I'm got quite provider
Right.
mindset and it's a bit self-serving. I think like I get a kick out of it. Or like I like feeling appreciated for
I understand.
it lah.
Yeah, I understand. Damn.
Minnie?
I would think that I am secure but anxious. All those like a little bit of everything lah. But if like a trope, I think I'm a lover girl at heart. I wanna be cared for.
Hey, sometimes I feel like a baby also. I just wanted to
Yeah.
make it clear that like I'm not a little bitch, okay? Like I have feelings as
I
well.
know.
Right. So what did dating mean to all of you when it first started, Aida?
Okay, when I was like what? When did I get my first boyfriend again?
Poly 17.
asking me?
17
No,
I
he
think.
was there, like
I was
18. Yeah. Actually, it didn't mean anything. It just meant that I had one person to text every day. I didn't think
Fair.
much about it. And it was a person that I thought was hot. Lah.
I always felt like the dating phase was quite fun because like you are starting to know more about each other, like experiencing new experiences together, which you still do after, you settle down and get married and all that. But I think at that stage, it's exciting because you don't really know how this person is going to react to different experiences and different things. So yeah, I thought like that fact-finding and discovery is quite interesting lah.
Fact-finding, yeah.
Yeah.
Meaning?
If we're talking about like when we were younger, I feel like when it comes to dating, it's like your crush like you back, then you also like your crush. Best case scenario is you're happily ever after together.
Oh, what's
Best case,
dating to you then?
I feel like dating has changed quite a bit, right? Since we were younger, because when we were younger, the prevalence of social media wasn't so strong.
Comparison,
right? There was no
yeah.
comparison. There was not all these things. And I think dating when we were younger was a lot more like puppy love. It was more like, you know, oh, let me write you a nice note and then like I'll put it under your table, put it under your book. I used to do that shit when I was like in secondary school and everything.
Are you a lover boy?
A bit.
But are you as much of a lover boy as
Probably
this fella?
not.
1,000 paper stars.
Actually,
Probably
I
not.
am super lover boy. Like, I am hopeless romantic.
I used to be, yeah, and then I
Can't
kind of like,
Is
it kind
it?
of like died down inside of me. Like the fire kind of died down.
Oh.
I mean, going back to that point that dating has really shifted, I feel like in this day and age where people have a lot more comparison based on social media. I remember this very clearly as well, that people would see something that someone has done for their partner on social media and be like, I want to do that too. Or like, oh, I should do that too. Or even sometimes the girls would be like, can you do that for me? Or why didn't you do that for me?
Sometimes I don't think it's about like creating like unrealistic expectations or like comparisons, right? Sometimes it's also a reminder that this is probably what you deserve lah. You know, like if you see that, this fella, like her husband like cooks for her every day, why doesn't my husband do that? Then you have to start thinking about, is that a priority in your life? Is that if it is indeed what you're looking for, a husband that is able to cook, then is that something that you need to rethink your priorities or like reshift how you view dating?
I think it's also a case where sometimes you don't know what are the things that you want out of a relationship or from a partner until you are exposed to certain stimulus or environments, right?
Yep.
So I think social media just gives you more of that stimulus lah, where you're like, actually, that's quite sweet. I didn't realize that I wanted or needed that until now. Like I see it personified. Yeah.
I also agree because I feel like when we see things like that, right, it's a lot of like, okay, communicating with your partner as to like the way you want to receive love, want to give love, right? So like maybe as a girlfriend, you might see someone else do that and then you'll be like, oh, you want that too. Then I feel like that's also on you to be like, oh, do you think you can...
You want to communicate it to your
communicate
partner.
it, you know?
So let's say, right, we're in this space, right, and your girlfriend actually says, yeah, you know, I saw this on social media and I want to try it. Then you as the guy, you're like, huh? But then that's not me. Like, that's not how I give love. Or I don't know how to do this. Then wouldn't it become like a very push and pull between the two?
No, but I think that there exists relationship dynamics where everybody, like both of you are just super aligned in terms of how you give and receive love. But those relationships are like really very rare lah. Most of the time you compromise or you have to learn each other's kind of like love language.
You have to accommodate a little bit, like, and also like if this is a scenario, right, then maybe you just take your time to ask your partner, what is it about it that you like, you know, like if you see like, oh, Nick, I'm gonna say cooking again, like Nick cooks for Jess all the time. Like, oh, how come you never cook for me like the way Nick does, right? What is it that you like? You like the fact that I'm doing something like acts of service for you? Or it's like specifically food? Do you want me to bring you food? I can buy you food every day. What is it?
I think that's very interesting that you brought that up. It's a very touchy topic, I feel, when it comes to relationships, right? And it's gender roles. So Nick, you cook for Jess a lot.
I'm quite domesticated, not gonna lie.
Fair.
Yeah.
But the general census and the public opinion will always be that women should be the ones that cook for the men.
Okay.
And I don't think that's true as well. Like, because I would love to cook for my partner as well. I'm not a great cook, but I do enjoy cooking every once in a while. But do you think that these gender roles are still very prevalent in this day and age when it comes to dating?
Not really lah.
Not really. I think gender-wise, no. I mean, if for example, if Nick and I got married, right, then you still expect me to cook, right? Then you are done. I can't do
Correct.
it.
Like
Just
why
stop,
do that? Why do that to the both of us?
Yeah. Whoever is good at it, do it lah. Like, and
Yeah.
if it happens that like I am a better what's a regular guy thing? I'm better at fixing pipes. Then I'll do it.
Yeah.
You know, I'll drill the damn frame to the wall.
Are you though?
Drill. I'm good at drilling.
What about you, Mei? What do you think?
I actually don't think so. I also have a few friends' partner who loves to cook. So like in that sense, I do see more like guys cooking for their wives and all. And I think when guys do cook in the kitchen, it's out of like their own passion and they want to do this.
Yeah,
you
but
know?
let's take cooking out of this equation because cooking is obviously something that everybody and anybody can do, right? We take it back to more.
I can't.
Yeah.
I didn't call you out for that. But we take it back to more like generalized, very talked about norms, right? Where if y'all go out on a first date,
Yeah.
right, is there an expectation that the guy should pay?
Who asked the other person out? I think that person should pay.
Is it?
Yeah.
I actually, you know what? I actually agree with this.
Yeah, because if I'm taking time out of my day because I want to entertain you, right?
Yes.
Then like something has to be in it for me lah. You know?
I agree with that statement as well because
Yeah.
I always believed in it in a sense where if I asked you for your time,
Yeah.
it's not that I'm paying for your time, but I'm showing you that I appreciate the fact that you took time out of your day to spend with me,
Yeah.
and therefore I'm doing this.
Yeah.
And my rule of thumb is always that when the bill comes, right, I would love to pay, but
At least reach out for it, right?
correct.
Yeah.
It's always the idea of, are you willing to kind of have this little like, push pull, like, no, we can split the bill.
I quite like the push pull lah.
Yes.
Yeah.
No,
but then you want to be like the washer nunner and then like
Correct.
right?
Oh, no,
okay.
that's not my, no lah. No, for me, it's more that it shows that the girl is not expecting anything from this relationship or not expecting anything from this date, right? Because this girl that I went out with, the minute the bill came, and just so you know, right, we had like a lot of stuff. Like it came, she was like, oh, I want oysters, I want this, I want that. Oysters. And I was like, sure, right? Like, of course. When the bill came, she literally sat there like this and then she took out her phone and she was,
Oh.
and I was like, okay, like, I guess that's an expectation, right? I get it that because it's a first date and because I'm the guy, I will pay. But after that, I was kind of like, red flag.
I think that's also kind of rude because like you expecting me to pay is one thing, but how you respond to it. Like if you want me to pay, then just say thanks for taking this or like, thanks for footing the bill. Just say something. The moment you take out your phone, right, that's just not even about the bill really. That's just
It's
about
a
like
baseline expectation lah.
yeah,
Correct,
just like
yeah.
you're being very tactless right now.
But you see, I think the thing also comes into, like I said, these gender norms of, oh, men should pay on the first date. And I know a lot of people don't share this sentiment anymore. I know that a lot of women are always going to go, no, we can split the bill. And that's when I will say, no, I want to get this bill. And I'll always say the same thing. You can get the next one.
Yeah.
Even though they will never get the next one. I will still get it.
Wait, split I don't agree with split though. When I say like, I'll pay, then the guy will say, no lah, we can split, huh? Then after this, I take out my calculator,
Yeah.
times 1.17, don't need, I'll just get it.
Yeah,
I don't like this.
So
yeah.
I think like I like the idea of like the girl kind of reaching and then
Yep.
there's a bit like there's an offer.
Yeah.
But yeah, no need.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
So I think it comes down to a lot of other things, right? But then is this chivalry that women are still looking for in a male? Because if you're now saying, right, that no, I don't need you to get the bill because I can get the bill. Like a guy like Nick will be like, I want to pay for the bill because
Yeah.
to me it's chivalrous, right? I want to provide. But you're like, no.
I don't think it's until like, no. If it's someone like Nick that I'm going out with and you are happy to pay, then cool, I'll let you have it lah.
Okay, so now if like say the date went well
Yeah.
and then it's like maybe like a 5 upon 10. Okay, like okay, it's an average date, right? If the guy offers to pay and then like pays for the date, right? Does that add a few points or no difference? 5 upon 10.
I would say like it adds like maybe 0.5 lah.
So
Like
there-
thank
there-
you.
There's a bit of a
yeah, like, I respect it.
So it's not really a case of like doesn't matter lah. It matters a little bit, right?
It matters a little bit.
Let me repose this question to you, right?
Yeah.
So if let's say a girl does the same thing for you, right? Push pull as well. Plus points?
Yeah.
If she says, no, Nick, let me pay for it, plus points?
How insistent?
No, like she went to get the bill,
Yeah,
right?
she
She
got the
said,
bill
I'm gonna
first.
go to the
She got
toilet.
Plus points.
Plus points,
Like,
right?
I like.
I also like,
But then like what I would probably end up doing is I will just transfer the whole amount.
what I would do, right, is I would make sure that I get the drinks that we're going to next, or I get the next meal, and I make sure that this is right. Because again, this breaks this gender norm.
Correct.
Yeah.
I like. I like.
I
also.
love it as well, yeah. Because it really shows that it's not an expectation anymore. It's more, I genuinely want to be here with you. And I want to show you that, I'm not just here for a free meal. I am
Right.
actually willing to spend time with you, and I'm showing you that, it doesn't matter. I think it's a very, very big thing.
Okay, I don't know if you guys have met like a lot of ladies who have this opinion, right? But I think a lot of my friends, we have this thing where if we go on a date and it's not going well, or like we just simply don't like the guy, right? We
Then
will
we
confirm
pay,
pay.
yeah, we'll-
Because we don't want to see you again.
Oh.
Correct.
Because I don't want to give you the opportunity to say, yeah, it's okay, you'll get the next one. I'm not meeting you for the next one. I'm
Wow.
good.
I've
never
Yeah,
heard
it's
this
one and done.
before.
It's
So
my
like-
life.
interesting. Well, means that if you go out with someone and then
And
they
then-
offer to pay, right? They're like, wow, shit,
Insist,
it
the
didn't
girl
go, didn't go
insists.
well.
No, it's okay. I'll get it. Yeah, she doesn't want to see you again.
Oh, lucky I've never lucky enough gonna before, so. Oh, Allah.
No, but I think that topic is quite debatable because recently, like just this morning, I saw a TikTok about like this 50-50 kind of thing, right? So this girl, she was sharing her experience being on the dating apps. And then this guy asked her like, oh, can we do, I only do 50-50 on the first date. And then she was like, oh, okay. Then she said that she prefers someone who would pay on the first date. And then the guy's response was that, oh, see, confirm you're a gold digger.
No, I disagree with that.
Yeah, then so she moved on to another guy, right? Yeah. And then this time she offered like, oh, do you want to do 50-50 on a first date?
Yeah.
And then the guy said, I don't like women who are too assertive or too much masculine.
Well, but I find that the fact that they even talk about it a bit weird.
I agree. I feel like these kind of things basically become a barrier towards conversation and a barrier towards actually getting to know somebody.
Yeah.
I mean, money is always going to be a very touchy subject. And I mean, with finances as well, when you start getting into a marriage, it becomes a bit different, right? To talk about it before you even go on a date, to me, is a bit weird.
Unfortunately, I think that's the case for the dating scene in Singapore now.
But the gold digger part, right? That's wild because if you had any goal for me to date, you would not have asked me to split the bill. Yeah.
So it's now becoming, I feel like it's more of becoming like a test or whatnot to see what this girl wants out of you. And I think this is why we don't feel that people are very genuine on the dating apps these days, or these days chivalry is dead, because ultimately you guys are probably just trying to suss us out to see if we want to see you for a meal, this sort of thing.
But you haven't even go out with me, then you really want to litmus test me?
Yeah.
On that note, right, let me ask, what does chivalry actually mean to you in a relationship?
When people think of chivalry, you think about opening the car door and doing things for you. But then I think what's more chivalrous is taking the time to understand what your girlfriend needs, what your wife needs, and catering to that. If she is a person who wants her car door open, sure, get it for her. If she's not, then don't do it. Don't in the name of chivalry, no, men need to open a car door. I don't care, my girlfriend hates it, I'm going to open it for her. Then you're not being chivalrous really, ma. Yeah. I think it's more about kindness and understanding. That's how I take it.
For me, chivalry is more the person knows I can do it, but he offers to do it. It's he knows you're an independent woman, but he wants to take care of you. So to me, that's what chivalry is.
I think a lot of times the way that I interpret it is that there's very textbook how to be a gentleman kind of stuff, right? You go up an escalator or you're walking upstairs, you must always be the one that's below.
Oh, yes. The sidewalk rule.
Yeah, so there's stuff like that. But I think similar to what Minnie mentioned, it's also just the thoughtfulness. I am always thinking about you. I'm kind of always attuned to your needs and your wants. Even though you might not express it, I am thinking of you. I am on standby.
I think girls like that.
Yeah.
Or appreciate that, because ultimately we know that we can take care of ourselves.
Yeah.
But it's nice when someone comes in and be oh, I want to take care of you.
Just make your life a bit easier.
So the final question before we move on to the next one, right, is do women expect this chivalry in a relationship then?
Our definition of chivalry,
yeah,
right?
do y'all expect that? Because you're saying that, I can do it, but I would like you to do it. You are saying that you want them to be kind.
Yeah.
So do y'all think that women expect the chivalrous, the chivalry?
I guess it's nice that the person I love or I want to be with forever would want to do something for me for life. And I think that's what every girl out there wants,
And must it be you don't need to ask?
Yeah, don't need to ask. Just be
But what if what if the guy just he don't mind doing, but he just
doesn't know.
He's just not aware.
Oh my god, wait, that's what I wanted to say, because I find myself always having to say, hey, I'm not a mind reader. If you want something, come tell me.
Correct.
So in the reverse, I think we will also have to be a bit more expressive with what we want. But it kind of takes away the fun, right? When I have to say that hey, I would love it if you could help me do the groceries sometimes.
Right.
But then I know that if I don't say it, no one will know.
But I also get
want.
it, the whole asking thing takes away from then inherently are you thoughtful or not thoughtful, right?
Yeah, but I think a lot of these expectations that we have is perhaps by the dramas or shows that we consume. Because I watch a lot of K-dramas, and I think my perception of love is based off that fact that a lot of the male characters in these shows, they just do it, Somehow the plotline just make them do everything.
But you do know that's...
I know I'm a little bit delusional.
Okay.
Okay, do not burst my bubble, Avery.
Be kind.
I was... Okay.
Hey, you deserve the world, Minnie. Go for it.
Okay, wait.
Okay.
You see, small things that my father does for my mom that I feel is chivalrous, right? Okay, because my dad is already retired. So, and my mom's not retired yet, right? So simple things my mom could have mentioned early in the morning, oh my God, I feel like eating curry chicken today. Later when I come home, I'm going to cook something. My dad will know that, like, hey, my mom finishes work at 6, so he will defrost the chicken. My mom didn't tell him.
Cute.
But he will get it done. You know, there's like small
Thoughtful
things
lah,
like that.
thoughtful.
Yeah.
Cute.
Okay, so I want to talk about modern expectations, right? Because we've said a lot about chivalry and what's expected in that sense. But in this day and age, with the whole idea of social media and basically comparison, do you think there's a space for compromise? So I'll give you an example, right? On Valentine's Day, women are always the ones that receive the gifts.
Yeah.
They're always the flowers, it's always the chocolates, it's whatever, right? And you go on a dinner date, it's meant to be like the man has to plan the date, the man has to do this, and the woman just enjoys the Valentine's Day.
Yep.
Do you think there's a space for compromise where now, like Nick, the lover boy, can receive the flowers and the women plan and whatnot?
I quite like to be sayanged, actually. Not gonna lie.
No, I can tell. If we have a Malay phrase for you. Sometimes you're a bit KKS.
What's that?
Kurang kasih sayang.
Means what?
Which means like you require a bit more attention.
Require a bit more attention.
Yeah,
is
like
wow.
sometimes like can feel like you need the hey,
I feel like that's
buddy,
me also
you know?
sometimes.
No,
honestly.
no, you
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, I think of you also.
No, but yeah, so the point is that, do you
Yeah.
think there's a compromise where men should also receive a bit of KKS?
On that note, right, can I just say that I saw like a TikTok, right?
Yeah.
And I really relate to it. The male version, right, of receiving flowers, right, is you wake up or you come home and then got banana bread.
I swear I thought you were going to say a blowjob.
Wow,
I was like, what the man?
banana
banana
bread.
bread.
Yeah, why banana bread?
Can it be like a pot of soup?
Different.
Okay,
Oh.
we're going off tangent here, okay, with this banana bread thing.
Okay.
What do you all think about that? Like, do you actually think that men should receive banana bread in this case? Or
On
like
Val- on
flowers
Valentine's Day.
Definitely,
yeah.
definitely.
Yeah,
I
for
think
sure.
so. But also, there are so many days to celebrate now. Now there's like
Earth Day.
Valentine's Day. Then there's like 1 month after Valentine's Day. There's like
What is
May
that,
21st. So like in Korea, there is
Just follow the Singapore
Pepper
one.
Day.
lah.
Are we in
Yeah.
Korea?
then there's
Okay.
Girl, there's so many days to
Oh,
celebrate.
Or
Correct. But you see, the
Yes.
thing is
Five,
that
21.
Valentine's Day has always been the celebration of love.
Yep.
So to me, there's always been 3 main celebrations in a relationship, which is your birthday, her birthday, my birthday, and Valentine's Day.
Yep.
But-
Anniversary.
Anniversary.
Oh, anniversary, right? And anniversary as well. But to me, it always feels like when it comes to Valentine's Day,
Yep.
it's for her.
How do you celebrate
Yeah.
as a husband now?
We go out.
Who
Planned
plans?
by? Yeah.
We take turns to plan.
Ah,
I think that's the plan.
that's good.
I have a
Yeah.
question for Nick. Have you ever received just because flowers from
No.
Jess?
I want banana bread. I've made it
Oh my
quite
God,
clear, guys.
Make you your damn banana bread, okay? I'll make you banana bread.
Jess, if you're watching this,
No, she makes me banana bread.
Oh.
Then who do you want to make banana bread for you?
No, like more lah.
More banana
More
bread.
banana bread.
So a regular thing.
Hey, did you create this banana bread theory?
No, you go and see. Like it's a thing.
BBT. Banana bread theory.
Just because banana bread.
Okay.
Actually,
Okay.
I received flowers once from somebody.
Did you like it?
I did appreciate it. And it really did make me feel like, I didn't have to always stress about being the guy in the relationship, right? Because that's, like I said, a social norm
Yeah.
where we go out to have dinner. I have to pick the place, I drive, I have to pick you up. I have to do this, I have to do that. And sometimes when women just say like, oh no, I picked the place for us. Or like, oh no, it's Valentine's Day. I decided to do something for us.
Yeah.
Like that feels nice.
Yeah. I like to do things for a man, right? But I mean, for special occasions, right? But for very selfish reasons. Because they feel like, oh my God, no one has done this for me before. And like, I feel so grateful to you. And then they're suddenly like, they're the kindest they've ever been. They're so nice to you. And then it just makes you feel good, right? Yeah. So in a way, like, yeah, I will do it for you. But I know that there's plenty of returns for me soon.
ROI.
Yeah.
Mm.
No?
Like, I understand that, but then it becomes very transactional.
Yeah, that's why don't follow me. This is just like the guide to life, like Aida's version is not very healthy. Don't do it,
Yeah.
right?
So the whole point is not about the item itself. It's more of going back to the whole let me pay for the meal thing. It's the appreciation of the person, which I think a lot of relationships kind of lack, right? Because even though you say, yeah, I appreciate you, many people require a lot more than that, right? And for me, appreciation comes in so many other ways from, let me plan this date today to, I just got this for you. I love like small acts and like small gifts, right?
Yep.
I'm hungry, or I order you food.
Yeah, I like that.
Or this thing is spoiled, or it's coming to your house tomorrow. All these little things, right? It just shows that people, number one, they listen.
Yeah.
And number two, they care.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be a chivalrous thing as a guy, you know. Women can do this as well. And it's so easy. And I feel like that is a very good conversation of equality in a relationship, because I want to do it for you and you want to do it for me, because there is a sense of understanding and love between the two of us.
Right.
Actually, I feel like these days I do see like my friends doing small little things for like their partners.
Your
Like my
female
girlfriend,
friends.
yeah, my female friends.
Nick, as somebody who's married, right, do you prefer bigger gestures or small gestures?
Doing or receiving?
Both.
Ooh.
I'm quite a big gesture guy.
Yeah.
But I'm also...
I know I can tell you, but you have like one big, like momentous like occasion that you'll do something, right? But you also regularly keep up with the smaller stuff, ma.
Yeah. Well, I think very hard to pick one or the other. Leh.
Nick likes to be appreciated, ma. So I think he does make a conscious effort to do things,
Okay.
you know, that makes you happy, which in the end makes me happy as well.
Correct. Wow, you know me so well, eh.
But come on, these sort
Okay.
of things don't you have to say.
I have a question to pose.
Yeah.
What are some hot takes you guys have about modern dating?
I feel like everybody should go back to the vibes of 1970s and start asking people out on the street a little bit more regularly. I think like I'm sick of the getting a message request in my DMs. I've received messages saying, I saw you outside just now. I wanted to say hi, but I didn't have like the guts to. So I'm saying hi to you on DMs now. Dude, just say hi.
But I will say that
You know?
I feel like there's a big fear.
Of what?
Rejection, ah.
Rejection.
No, but I could also reject
Correct.
you on DMs.
But the difference is that if you reject me on DMs, right,
Yeah.
nobody's going to know. It's just going to be a DM. It's fine. And if you ghost me on DMs, it's as if I never said anything.
What?
A lot of guys are very afraid to approach women because of rejection.
Oh my god. Okay, what kind of
And
women
also because
have
you look
met?
scary.
No, I don't.
I wanted to ask that too. What kind
Yes.
of woman
Maybe
you
got people
met?
slide in your DMs, nah.
Have. But I don't normally respond.
Mm.
I'm not very active in my DMs.
Yeah, I mean, I don't respond either. But like, if you talk to me in real life, I would have responded.
Yeah.
You know.
I also like this a
Yeah.
bit because then you understand the person a little bit better.
Mm.
And you get to meet them in kind of first impression. And then when you slide to somebody's DMs and say, hey, I saw you just now, the first impression is already, oh yeah, this guy don't want to talk to me in real life.
Yeah.
I can understand that.
My hot take is don't need to text before you go on the first. Like,
Oh my
Interesting.
god, I agree.
go straight. Like, full send.
Yeah, or like even if like I'll meet you next week, right? You don't have to spend like the next few days texting me.
Correct.
It's fine.
Interesting. My hot take is a little bit more lah. I think sex should not happen on the first date.
Oh, I thought that's the norm.
To me, I feel like there is a lack of like build up nowadays because
Okay.
everybody's very open to it, you know. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that I feel like that when you build up to it, it becomes more fun.
Okay, then what if like you have a fantastic first date, like you guys are really vibing, right? And then like you're just forcing yourself to not have sex
No,
with
I'm
her
not saying that you
on
don't
the
have to
first date.
force. You don't have to force.
Oh,
Like
then?
if it happens, it happens. But to me, it's
Ah.
not a situation of like, you know, oh, I go out with the expectation that it is, or I go out with the expectation that
We
you know
will bang
we will
today.
bang because it's the first date,
Okay.
or like because you've been like talking to me, then I expect it kind of thing.
Okay,
more
yeah,
of like
yeah.
more of like you go out with the intention to just get to know this person.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna say like, no, Avery, not tonight. No, Avery. You know?
Wow.
Okay.
No?
My hot take, right, actually
Yeah.
would be, right, I think in a relationship, right, the guy should always love the girl more than,
I think so.
the girl loves the guy. Yeah.
I disagree with that.
No, I think that makes for a perfect marriage.
No.
So let me see if I'm correct, right?
Okay.
I think like it's perfectly healthy, right, for the guy to be a bit of a simp. But there's a difference between being a simp and whipped.
No, but I think
Yeah,
Min is
agree,
no, but I
agree.
think your theory is that you want the guy to love the girl more.
No lah, to like do a little
Yeah.
bit
No.
more. So it's
She
not
said
equal.
love. I think the love that you have for each other should be equal, but the amount of effort that people put in, right, can vary. I don't think you can say that I want to love you more than you love me.
So I think that there's a very TLDR like way
Wow,
to
a
say
bit
it.
shag.
I don't think we should be keeping score in terms
Yeah,
of like I
correct.
must do the exact same amount or put in the exact same amount of effort as like
Yeah.
as each other. I don't think it ever
Love
works
is like
that
never
lah.
50-50.
So let me ask you again, right? If you have a boyfriend and your boyfriend says, "Do you love me more?" You will say, "No, you should love me more."
Do you love me more
Yeah.
than I love you?
Yeah.
But how would I know how much you love me?
No, but my point is that if she says that, then does it become a no? But you should love me more.
So I think the analogy is, right, if you think about percentage-wise, it's 100%, 100%. But like in terms of like love, maybe the guy will be like 120.
I think it's also dependent on the guy's like kind of as in the relationship dynamics. So because I like to provide, right?
Yeah.
So
correct.
actually it's a bit self-serving also
Yeah.
in a certain way.
Oh my god, I think I need to experience this for me to weigh in more. So anybody out there, you want to love
You
me
want to be the
more?
120%.
Yeah, you want to be 120%, let me know.
Hit
Then
her
I'll
up.
come back for part 2 to answer this question. That's so interesting.
Maybe I just want to understand this one a little bit more, lah. But here is the final thing, right? For everybody that's tuning in right now, I want each of you guys to give like one line of advice for people who are still kind of trying to figure this out between chivalry or do I want equality in a relationship, or maybe just any dating advice that you guys have. Okay, we'll start from Nick.
I think it's very hard to ever be equal, so don't keep score.
Fair.
Fair, yes.
That's the wisest thing. I think just remind yourself to always be kind in the way that would serve your partner best lah. Yeah, there's no like one size fits all strategy. Just be kind. Just be a nice person.
I think my dating advice would be communication. I think that's one thing a lot of couples lack because it's I expect you to do something for me, but you don't even know what I want.
Yeah.
Like I feel like if you communicate what you want, there should be nothing wrong with saying, oh, I would appreciate if you do this for me a little bit more, and then I'll be like, okay, and now I take note of that. You don't have to remind me again. I'm gonna do it from now on.
Yeah.
I think that you don't have to forego your values if someone don't match up to your values. So let's say if you meet someone who don't check off your list, it's okay to be like, oh, I don't want to see this person anymore. And you don't have to fall to that person's standards.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
That's correct.
Thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Men Explain, and thank you Aida and Nick for joining us today.
Thanks for having us.
you.
Make
Thanks
sure
for
to
having
check
us.
out the Hot Pot and Code Red as well. And of course, we have to thank Minnie
Thank
for
you
sitting
for
in
having
today and helping me guide this conversation with the two of them as well. If you're not yet following us on all our socials, please make sure that you do on Instagram and on TikTok at itsclarity.co, and make sure you subscribe as well, yeah?
If you have any comments about this topic, make sure you leave them down in the comment section below and let us know what else you want to watch.
And you can also listen on Spotify, Me Listen, and Apple Podcasts as well. We'll catch you on the next episode with the real Sonia Chu.
Correct. Bye. I miss
Take
you,
our
Sonia. Come
advice
back.
with a pinch of salt, okay?
Exactly. 不要 cancel 我们.
Banana
Banana
bread.
bread?
Why banana bread?
No, it's like sometimes they like randomly make banana bread, then
wasn't
the
it
whole
leading up
house
to
will
that?
smell like
It
banana
was.
bread.
I really thought
Oh.
if you said blowjob, I would have been more understanding than
No, banana bread. Banana bread.